World Heavyweight Champion Anthony Joshua teamed up with Land Rover to host an exclusive sparring session in the heart of London in the partnership with KOBOX Gym, bringing to life the new Range Rover Evoque's capability in connected car technology. The new Range Rover Evoque is designed for the city, the world's playground, and together Anthony Joshua and KOBOX thought VIPs, influencers, and customers boxing hints and tips to improve their reaction and dynamic performance. Let's take another look at the 2020 Range Rover Evoque and all the details about it.
So we're at the Truman Brewery, which is on Brick Lane in the heart of Shoreditch. Very trendy area, lots of things happening, great environment, and we're here tonight to celebrate the launch of the world premiere of the new Range Rover Evoque. The Evoque has always been very special for me because when I returned to Land Rover 10 years ago, the first Evoque was the first Range Rover that I was responsible for. So this is my second generation Range Rover and it's very dear to my heart. So when it comes to redesigning a car that has been incredibly successful like the Evoque, it was simple really. We've got some ingredients that people love. People loved its unique character. It's a vehicle that had an emotional connection that stirred the hearts of people all over the world because of its concept car looks. So when it came to redesigning it, it was how do we make the car, given that it was 8 years ago, how do we make it more relevant for today? And that was the start. So when you look at the vehicle, for example, it is unmistakably a Range Rover Evoque. The falling roof, the rising belt line, the characterful proportions. But then when you look closer at a second glance, you realise this is the new Evoque. It has levels of modernity and sophistication that have come about as a consequence of improvements in design-enabling technologies. So the key design features of the new Evoque on the interior, as I say, it's a tour de force. Levels of luxury and refinement normally associated with our bigger Range Rovers. You'll see that this strategy we have for reduction, which means reducing the number of switches with the latest technology, screens that are secret to lit. It's just a fantastic environment to be in. It's a fun car to drive, it's extremely capable, and I love it. I think the Evoque has been an incredibly successful vehicle. It's fastest selling Range Rover ever.
It's a fantastic feeling to finally be here revealing the Evoque. It's the culmination of 4 years of really hard work by a very dedicated team of engineers, so to see it finally come to fruit is a fantastic feeling. Replacing such an icon as the Evoque is a big challenge. I mean, you want to at the same time retain everything that's special about today's Evoque, but at the same time, modernize it, put a lot of technology in it and make sure it's recognized as an evolution of the Evoque rather than a revolution. So I think that's key really. Bring it up to date, modernize it, put lots of technology in it, sharpen it up, but still retain everything that's special about the original Evoque. I think the new Evoque is very true to the original DNA of the very first Evoque. We've really tried very hard to retain all that special character. The footprint of the vehicle is the same. You'll recognize lots of the same design cues, but I hope you'll also spot some of the very clever things we've done to sharpen it up. So it's got deployable door handles, which makes it very flush. We've got a laser brazed roof on the vehicle, which helps us get rid of the roof ditch molding. So we've really taken everything that's special about it and just really sharpened it up, made it cleaner, crisper, and put lots of technology in it. So I think if you look at the original Evoque next to the new Evoque, you'll spot lots of the original design cues. So at the front of the vehicle, you'll see the form across the fenders and the wheel arches. You'll recognize that as one of the signature elements of the Evoque. The sloping roofline, again, beautiful signature element of the Evoque, which we've retained. But again, you'll notice if you look more closely, we've really cleaned it up. So we've laser brazed the roof onto the vehicle to just, again, clean that transition up. We've got deployable door handles, which again, when the car's on the road and goes past you, you'll notice a really clean look. So again, a real evolution of the design, but you can spot straight away it's an Evoque. I think the brand new Evoque will go down really well with the public. It's got a great balance of retaining everything that was special and iconic and exciting about the original Evoque, but we've just put huge amounts of technology in it. We've really cleaned the design up. It looks like it's an absolute evolution of everything that was special about Evoque, but retaining all of that character.
So today we're at Truman Brewery at the Range Rover Evoque launch with this bad boy behind me. I am actually a Range Rover fan. It's a blessing to be able to drive one. Mainly for me, I'm a tall guy as well, big guy. So it provides like a comfortable drive to work and back. As a sportsman as well, it ticks that box. So, you know, when I'm in the car quite often doing long journeys, it's easy to get injuries because, you know, you're cramped up with a Range Rover. Helps me just relax and lay back. And as I said, like, it caters for all people. It's a big family, many different like standards of Range Rover as well. So I like that as well. Sports, long wheel-based, general ranges, the Evoques, the Velars, all part of one big family. I think they've done really well, you know, for a model that was timeless previously. It's always worrying when they're going to change it. You know, something that does so well, I was like, oh, are they going to kind of go too far left? But I think that they've done well, streamlined it a bit, took some ideas from the Velar, added it on this. I wouldn't mind driving it myself, to be honest. My sister's got the old one, and I hope she don't ask for the upgrade just yet. But it's a perfect time, just ahead of Christmas. I'm sure that the ordering list is big, and I'm sure my sister will want an upgrade as well, because it's a very, very nice spec, very nice spec. Unfortunately, the fight's on too early for me, so I'll be sleeping. But you know, I enjoy watching the highlights. Like, when I wake up, I like to see who got knocked out or what happened. I think that's the generation now. We like highlights, right? So I don't watch the whole thing. And I need Wilder to win, and that way it gives me more of an opportunity to fight him, because as a champion, if he retains his belt, I think that's the fight that people have been yearning for. So 2019 hopefully is a big year for me. For the near future, I think that Wilder fight has to happen due to the fact that, you know, we're both champions. It's at a good time in our career, and the fans are demanding it. And for me, you know, it'll be a rematch, a double-sided fight. But I think we have to start in London at Wembley. If I was undisputed heavyweight champion of the world, it would be Usyk, because he's undisputed cruiserweight champion, and I'll be undisputed heavyweight champion. So that's like a legacy fight. And then Fury, and then Dylan. Black t-shirt, white t-shirt, or grey t-shirt. Maybe a little overcoat. I could have thrown on a grey jacket, a cream jacket, a black jacket, a white jacket, a red jacket. So keep it simple and just add a little flash here and there. So that's how I kind of operate. Cosmetics, a little watch. I don't know, it depends on you as a person. You know, some people don't like watches. Some men wear their wedding rings as cosmetics, I don't know. But for me, a watch, and we just have like a family necklace that we wear, and that's it, that's fine for me. My secret to living a healthy lifestyle? I think it's like sunshine's important, good energy is important. That leads to a healthy lifestyle, like having a good laugh and a good crack with people. And then dietary-wise, I think you've got to listen to yourself and your body, like what makes you feel bloated, what makes you feel lethargic, what gives you energy. We all know like coffee gives us energy, so try and find an alternative as well, like what foods give you energy, rices, brown rices, wild rices, spaghettis. You kind of figure out what works for your body type, and you've got to be in tune with yourself to understand these things, and then you can kind of figure out what kind of makes you at peace and what makes you happy that way. My boxing gym at Finchley, BXR gym, and home.
Circle around that bag. Put your footwork into it.
Girls get close, you can feel where the toes get.
5 more seconds.
Coming home, these parole. Guys are only true rebels since the beginning.
So good, everybody. Keep it coming.
Try telling Bob Dylan, Bruce,
Now they're letting the power go.
That you hope with, swing around like a
What's up?
king of the town. Yeah, I been.
Get the trick shots out. Now they're letting the power go. They're in business.
So entitled it is, I never changed nothing. But people remember this.
2 and 3. Ready, jam. Back to your face.
Give me the mic, this rhythm is mine.
Come on, Tommy.
Like I got skipper inside of it.
Well, I think because it's compact, it's like a great car for the city, and also what's amazing is it now has the option of a sustainable Mico suede cloth, which is just amazing in terms of for the environment. So I'm wearing a dress by my girl Ashley Williams, and what's amazing is it is the same suede cloth that's used in the interior of the car, and 40 plastic bottles made this dress. I'm doing a lot of lots and lots of projects. I've just put out a podcast that's coming out on Friday. I'm doing a lot more work surrounding everything that goes with Girls Talk. It's just amazing to be part of an industry that's celebrating me for doing much more than being just a model and a photograph. And I think what's great is I can use this platform to kind of advocate change and start spreading meaningful and more in-depth questions and messages about things that I'm really passionate about. What kind of driver am I? I've been driving for a long time. I've been driving since I was 18, and I learned how to drive in London. So I'm a city driver. Maybe sometimes have a slight bit of road rage because I'm a city driver, but I'm safe and sometimes maybe a little bit too fast.
I think the new Range Rover Evoque is sleek. It looks really versatile as well in terms of, for someone who spends a lot of time in a city but it also goes to visit family, outside in the countryside, it's got that kind of versatility to be able to cope with all of that and kids. And a great action, and one of the most important things for me is the sound system in a car, and that's, you can always rely on these cars to have just the best sound system, and the Evoque is no different. My podcast that I launched nearly 2 years ago actually is called Soundtracking with Edith Bowman, and it's me kind of following two of my passions, film and music, and doing a podcast about both those things. So I speak to filmmakers about their relationship with music, both professionally and personally. That could be directors, actors, composers, writers, producers. So we've been lucky, and we've got over 115 episodes so far. So hopefully I will do it till the end of my time anyway. I have. The whole Charlie Slothgate was kind of blown out of proportion, to be honest. Charlie thought he'd have a bit of fun and do a bit of a Kanye at the awards. I wasn't actually there. That was the thing, I was working, so I wasn't able to be there and only heard about it the next day. He's apologised and he meant no harm, and hey, I got an amazing amount of free publicity out of it. So it's a win-win situation for everyone, really.
I love the Evoque. We've used the Evoque a few times. Yeah. I can't actually drive yet. It's Oliver that does all the driving.
I feel like it was the first 4x4 of its kind, like the smaller, the more compact, perfect for the city, but still robust enough to be able to be driven, you know, off-road. So yeah, it was the first of its kind, and I think it sold really well. And it was beautiful as well. It was shrunk down and a car that everyone loved.
I love it.
Smaller and, you know, just great for the city.
Perfect for us. We listen to all sorts of stuff.
Yeah.
Love the radio, but love making our own playlists and...
modern rock and roll, a little bit of old,
new
Bowie.
artists, but old school stuff.
Yeah.
Very varied, isn't it?
Yeah.
I love soul stuff. That's probably my favourite. I've been writing loads this year and last year. I'm really excited about it. It's been my favourite music that I've written so far with a few of my friends. Usually I work with a wide range of different people, and this time it's working with a very small select group of people that I love working with. And it's just very honest stuff. I've been pouring my heart out, and it's more stripped back, but just music that I really love. And yeah, I can't wait for it to come out. It'll be coming out very soon. I'm just going to drop loads of stuff, and I really want people to be involved and hear what they think, what they like, and just put stuff out all the time.
Yeah, to be honest with you, I'm very excited to see the new car, the new Evoque, because yeah, I'm just interested to see what they do with it. You know what I mean? And the design of it. The last one was fantastic, and I was lucky enough I had a little go in it. Do you know what I mean? It was beautiful inside. The interior was fantastic, but the exterior as well, the way it looked, was fantastic. It was a great car, and it was quite a swanky little show last time. So I'm looking forward to see what they do with this one.
Okay.
It was an amazing honour, as you can imagine, to work with Marty again. I'm very lucky. This is the third time I've worked with him now. But I play a fella called Tony Provenzano, who was a real man, who was the head of a family, and who was also right at the top of the Teamsters Union. So it's kind of, you know, about the corruption, and the script was fantastic, and that era to me is fascinating. And to be so lucky to work with Robert De Niro and Al Pacino was an absolute joy. Do you know what I mean?
I mean, for me, as a relatively new driver, the experience of driving has been kind of quite enhanced at quite a fast rate by the very new relationship I have with this brand. I think all of their cars are incredible. Earlier this year I drove an F-Type for a little while. I think all of these cars are incredible. Actually, I've had some quite spiritual experiences behind the wheel of some of these cars. It's very, very liberating, it's very freeing, it feels obviously incredibly luxurious. Yes, I play Elton in the upcoming movie about his life. It's a musical. It stars myself and Richard Madden. I'm talking about you. I've made a great friend making it, and don't tell him I said that. It's been the most wonderful experience. I have very high hopes for the movie. I sing a little bit, so getting the chance to sing has been wonderful. I just hope it's as good as the experience of making it has been. Kingsman will be carrying on without me in the short term. It's been this incredible journey, and it's a franchise that's taken on its own life. And this next iteration of the story doesn't involve me, but only because it's set like 100 years ago. I hope that Eggsy returns at some point.
Nice, me, stay with me. There we go. Just when you're ready. Yeah, all good, mate?
Yeah. Sarah?
Stay with me for a second. Just eyes to me first. Just let me do my first. Excellent.
So our team is really excited about the two new body colors, the Nolita Gray, the Stealth, really edgy, solid metallic gray that has a cool blue travel in different lights. Also the Soul Pearl Silver, which is incredibly nuanced. It almost looks gray, silver, or white in multiple different lights. It's hard to classify. For the interior, some of the fresh new colors are Cloud. It looks really technical, it's really fresh, and also the sumptuous tones of the deep garnet, which is our modern take on red. The new Evoque picks up where Velar left off. So we have premium textile with Kavadra that we offer on Velar, but also on Evoque. But beyond that, for customers shopping at the S and SE trim levels, we have the Eucalyptus Melange and the Ultra Fabrics PU. This is, I believe, Land Rover's first plant-based material, the Eucalyptus Melange, and the Ultra Fabrics PU is incredibly technical. It has multiple attributes like it's antimicrobial, it's lightweight, it's odor-free. I don't know how many plastic bottles exactly are on the interior that features the Kavadra and the Dynamica microfiber suede cloth, but I do know that we're making the Dynamica microfiber suede cloth from 100% recycled microfiber polyester, which is sourced from drinks bottles.
Obviously, it's the whole Range Rover, obviously range is very successful. Obviously, having being the smallest, the baby of the family, it's created a really big interest around the world, and I was quite surprised with how quickly it grew. I've not seen any photos of the new one, so I think we're all pretty excited about that, and just another step forward for the brand to take. It's exciting times ahead. So I'm starting my Formula E campaign in a few weeks' time in Saudi Arabia with Jaguar. So another exciting year ahead. Whole new car, whole new generation car in Formula E. So it's going to be pretty epic. So hopefully going to build on last year's 7th place in the championship and better that for the brand. But we're all working really hard behind the scenes to make that happen.
I'm really excited to see the new Evoque. I mean, I love Range Rover. I've loved all of them. I've driven all of them, and I just can't wait to see what they do next. They always do something interesting and exciting. I just want to kind of get in it now. I mean, it's amazing and slightly overwhelming to have been part of Bodyguard and the kind of reception it's had here and is having on Netflix. So I'm kind of overwhelmed and really thankful that something we worked so very hard on has gone down so well. I can't wait for Rocket Man to come out. I can't wait to see it, actually, myself. Lovely Taron Egerton, who is over here just now. We had a great time shooting it, and it's a really different role for me. I mean, I'm singing and dancing, which is not my go-to place. But we've got some amazing drama in there, and every song's a hit. So I'm just excited to see it myself and excited to share it.
When I'm driving in a car, what kind of music do I listen to? I'm a indie boy at heart, so I'm a big put on a Arctic Monkeys record and listen all the way through. I know I did that with their last record. I also love a little bit of soul-y stuff. So I'm a big Ray Charles fan, so I always put a bit of Ray Charles on in the morning. But then if I'm in like a proper mad mood, I'll put on a bit of Chase and Status because I love them. And I'll put on whatever I'm feeling really. New music is coming. I've been in the studio. This is my first week back in the studio, so I've been working on new songs. And what can I tell you about it? Hopefully it's gonna sound like 2025 and 2020. So I'm excited.
Today, the dress that I've designed for Adua is made out of the Miko suede, which is one of the interiors on the new Range Rover Evoque. It's made out of recycled plastic bottles, and it's quite structured fabric, so we made a dress that was quite fitting to the body, had a nice structure, and we added some embellishment with some glass beads. I wanted to get involved in creating it because I really think it's important for brands in any capacity to work with sustainable fabrics when it's possible. And I hope that the design and the ethos behind the fabric is received well. I also wanted to get involved in creating it because I've worked with Ada in the past and I really enjoy working with her. I'm also a massive fan of Land Rover, so I think the three of us being able to work together was really natural and something I was really excited about. Sustainable design is really important because we need to look after the planet and we need to work with sustainable fabrics and with materials that we already have. For example, the plastic bottles, they're something that are destroying the planet, and if we can repurpose them to make new products, then I think that's really important.